She says no. No, sorry, I'm not interested. What's the worst case scenario?
There's really a lot of men out here that are sexually attracted to women, but they don't actually like women.
All right, ladies, my single ladies, this video is for you. I think I might have figured out this situation that we're having with us independent women having issues with men saying that we have our standards are too high.
Fellas, welcome back to the channel. Modern women are frustrated because men are walking away, going their own way. In today's video, we'll look at how modern independent women are attacking men for moving away and not tolerate women BS. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's dive right into it.
There's really a lot of men out here that are sexually attracted to women, but they don't actually like women. They don't like women. They don't respect or value anything else about a woman, but they like men. They value things about men. So, what does that say?
This take completely misunderstands male nature. Just because a man is sexually attracted to women doesn't mean he's obligated to worship every personality trait a woman brings. Men value logic, loyalty, peace, and respect, regardless of gender. If a woman shows none of those, a man won't value her beyond attraction. That doesn't mean he likes men more. It means he has standards. Respect isn't automatic just because you're a woman. It's earned, just like it is for men.
She says no. No, sorry, I'm not interested. What's the worst case scenario at that point? What happens? What happens? Do you shrink an inch? Do you lose? Like, does your hairline recede an inch? Does money like fall out of your bank account? What happens? Please. So I have minus 1,000 aura. No, that's not a thing. The aura is lost, okay? And if she says yes, how much aura is gained? Please. You'd rather hold your dignity? You ain't holding no lady in your bed because you scared you holding your dignity because you ain't getting no play if you not approaching nobody. Just say have a nice day with a smile and walk off. Thank you, Sancho. Yes, exactly.
This kind of speech ignores the modern dating climate entirely. It's easy to mock men for not approaching, but these days, one no can come with public embarrassment, accusations, or even getting labeled a creep, not just rejection. It's not about shrinking an inch or losing money. It's about protecting peace and reputation. Men aren't scared, they're calculated. When respect and reciprocity aren't guaranteed, many choose to hold their dignity because the risk just isn't worth the reward anymore.
All right, ladies, my single ladies, this video is for you. I think I might have figured out this situation that we're having with us independent women having issues with men saying that we have our standards are too high. This is very interesting. So I was thinking to myself today, why is it that if a man had expectations of a woman, he wants her to be attractive, he wants her to be something in the bedroom, right? He wants her to be light and funny and carefree and youthful. He wants her to, or whatever, I'm just saying, whatever he might want from her, right? He would love to have a woman that cooks. He would, whatever. Men would have these expectations. I know this. I have brothers. I have male friends. I know that they have expectations too. But yet a woman never calls that high standards in a man, that he would have expectations of a partner that he would like to match with. But because we are financially independent and then saying we're going to stay single until a man can add value back into our lives, rather than drain it, now we have high standards. So I was thinking about where this might have come from. Back in the day, the men made all the money. They controlled everything. It was their show. It was their call. The woman made had the babies, made the food, took care of the man in the bedroom, did those things. And she didn't get to have much else of a voice. He told her when they were gonna have their dinner parties, who he was bringing over from work. She just catered to him. But as the women began to make their own money, they also realized that meant they got to choose for themselves. Is a choice a high standard? I think in a man's eyes it is. If a woman now doesn't just go with any guy, but now we want a guy to actually match our energies, is one of the words that I used. And I think men are intimidated by this because they see a woman who has high energy and they think, I can't keep up with her. I know this because I've had these conversations out with these guys at night that they'll tell me like, oh, I'd never be able to keep up with you. You're too high maintenance. You're too high energy. You're too whatever.
This is the modern independent woman monologue in a nutshell. I have a good life. I make my own money. So a man needs to add value or he's lazy, intimidated, or threatened. The irony? Men aren't intimidated. They're uninterested in competing with a woman who treats partnership like a job interview. High energy, high maintenance, high expectations, yet the offer on the table is companionship if he performs. Men don't want to apply for love. They want peace, not a checklist. It's not that standards are too high, it's that the attitude is exhausting.
I just got back from a second date with someone and it went great. We went hiking, saw a waterfall. He was such a gentleman. He did make a comment to me that has me questioning myself, maybe. He said that you seem very independent. And my response was yes, because I've had to be. So, like, I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. I feel like just based off of what I've heard on social media, men don't necessarily like really independent women, but like, what do you do when you're put in this situation where you have to be independent? You don't have somebody that you can rely on. So I don't know where this is going to go.
This is a classic misunderstanding. When a man says you seem very independent, it's not always a compliment. It's often a red flag. Why? Because to many men, independent has come to mean emotionally unavailable, overly guarded, and unwilling to let a man lead or contribute. It's not that men hate independence, it's that they don't want to fight for a role in your life. If you've had to be strong, fine. But if you stay in that survival mode, there's no room for partnership. Independence isn't the problem, unapproachability is.
I think women use shaming tactics on men because, simply put, our ego can't handle their truth. That's it. Our ego can't handle what they're saying because how it impacts us either makes us less valuable in their eyes, and we don't want to accept that. What they're saying is offensive to us because we know that we're not that. So we find ways to poke holes in their thought processes so that we are somehow more attractive to them or more appealing to them, as if arguing someone's perspective is going to change it. Sometimes it does, but when we're talking about attraction, that goes much deeper. So I think, simply put, women shame men for their perspective simply because it does not work in their favor. And so therefore, we diminish, we disparage, and discredit.
This one's actually trying to sound deep, but let's call it what it is, projection. Women don't shame men because of our ego. They shame men because their expectations aren't being met. When a man sets boundaries, has standards, or speaks uncomfortable truths, like not wanting a woman with baggage or a masculine attitude, he's called insecure, toxic, or a misogynist. That's not ego, it's deflection. Shaming tactics exist to guilt men into compliance, not growth. The truth is, most men are just tired of being told they're the problem for having preferences.
You know what's the most powerful leverage a woman can have in this life? It is her own money, period. It doesn't matter if, your dad is rich, how powerful your boyfriend is, how successful your future husband might even be. But what really actually matters is how much money do you have? Because let me tell you something. When you have your own, you move different, you act different, and you tolerate less. Because you can walk away from anything or anyone at any moment if it's not serving you, without having to beg, without fear, without a second fucking thought. And that is power, that is freedom, and it feels so damn good. And as a woman, you should never have to live without it. So if you're not there yet, get there. Get there, okay? Learn the skills, make the money, and build your safety net, because your freedom and your future actually depends on it.
This sounds empowering on the surface. But here's the truth from a man's point of view. When a woman's money becomes her identity, relationships turn transactional. It's not about love, loyalty, or building something together. It's about control and exit strategy. I can walk away at any moment isn't partnership. It's preloaded detachment. Men aren't intimidated by a woman with money. We're just tired of women who treat independence like a weapon. If you're always ready to leave, don't be surprised when no man wants to build with you. Stability goes both ways.